Good morning. It's May 21st. I'm getting started here at about 7:30. Got 18 and a half miles to go today. It's not supposed to be as hot as it was yesterday, but I've got a couple big mountains to climb up and over and back down. So it's going to be a tough day. Yesterday I was going to say the walking was easy, but the heat was terrible. I was definitely dehydrated. By the time we got to that water source at the end of the day, to the time I went to bed, I drank 4 liters of water. That's a lot of water. That's usually more than I drink all day. So it was really hot, and I just hope it's not going to be that hot again today. But there is a lot more water along this section, so at least water shouldn't be a problem. And then tomorrow is going to be an even harder day. So today and tomorrow will definitely be the hardest days of the week. So we'll see how it goes. Somebody saw a bear last night. I never see a bear, but if someone else always sees a bear right on the edge of camp. I didn't see one, didn't hear one. Not that I want to see one, but that was the latest excitement for yesterday anyway. So if I get any views, I'll let you know. Walking over a pretty new bridge. Nice little mountain stream. There's even a road here. Right after this, I'm going up my first mountain of the day. I've been walking through this boulder field for over an hour. I hate walking through these things. You just feel like you can't get anywhere. I'll get through it eventually. And then you get your hopes up because you see like a 50-foot break, but then you go right back into it again. Eventually I'm going to get off the peak of this mountain, because that's where I ran into this boulder field, was as soon as I got to the peak. No views today yet, unless you like looking at rocks. After all this time, I finally found my first big snake. Black racer. And I hurt myself stopping because I just about stepped on him. And when I stopped so fast, I hit my hand on my trekking pole. But at least he didn't move like he is now. He's pretty long. He's good 4 or 5 feet long. Doesn't seem too interested in me. Mosquitoes. So I saw that snake like 5 minutes ago, and now I see my first deer. Who knew? This woods is like full of everything I've been missing. See if I can get him back in view here. So I finally made it to the top of that second big mountain today. And I'm on top right now for about a mile. And it's actually really nice to walk on top of this one. But there is thunderstorms coming. I can hear lots of thunder, so I'm trying to get off the top of this mountain before the storm hits. And I've only got about 2.5 miles to go to get to the shelter. So I did pretty good today. It was still hot, but not as bad as yesterday. I'll show you the shelter when I get there. I'm setting up my tent, and I found this tiny little egg that was cracked open. And just for a reference, here's my thumb, so it's about the size of my thumbnail. Here's the rest of the place, just a couple of us here. Good morning, it's May 22nd, and this is probably going to be my hardest hike yet of the whole trail. I just filled up with water, I got everything ready to go, but I am the last one out of camp. I hate that when that happens, but it's only 7:15. The problem is today I've got 22.5 miles to go. It's gonna be a really hard day. So the first water source is 13 miles from here, and the next water source is 22.5 miles from here. So that's why I'm going for 22.5 miles. So there's really no choice around here with water. It's really hard this week. I mean, the water's very far apart, so you have to live with the water. I mean, you can't just camp wherever, well, I guess you could camp wherever you want, but you wouldn't have any water that night. So I'm going to camp where the water is. As far as climbing, I got 2 big climbs to go. It's very similar to yesterday, and I'm still tired from yesterday. So today's just going to be a really rough day, and there's a chance of rain, which might actually make me feel better if it cools me down, because it's been really hot lately. The other thing is bugs are out, mosquitoes, deer flies, gnats. Some of these guys are just covered in bites because they don't want to put anything on, but I did break down and bought a can of off, so that helps me a little bit. But the flies don't care about the off. But it's just one more thing that makes everything miserable right now. So between the heat and the bugs, it's not very fun out here. And there's no views. So tomorrow there will be some awesome views, but today I have another day of just grinding out miles. So hopefully I'll just get it done, and I'll probably get into camp around 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's going to be a really late day, so I just got to get going and hope I can make it there before it gets dark. I've been walking about an hour today and came out into my first view of the day, which I didn't think I would even get. I'm on the top of Sinking Creek Mountain. Just came out for this little view that they opened up for me. Nice place to eat lunch. I'm about 8 miles into the day. 14 to go, but I'm making pretty good progress. Yeah, I'm walking along the very peak of this mountain, and it's just this rock face. It's angled like this. It's really hard to walk on. I finally got to a place where I could actually film it. I couldn't even film it before, it was so steep. Just in case you were wondering where the Eastern Continental Divide is, it's right here. I found it. Yeah, nothing happened, but at least I know where it is. It's at mile 685. I'm on the top of Brush Mountain, and I just went through a thunderstorm. I don't know if you can see, my hair's all wet, but it cooled me down anyway. It felt pretty good. And it's 4:30, and I've still got 5 miles to go. So it's probably looking like about 7:30 before I get into camp. And I'm super beat. I'm like really tired. My feet hurt so bad right now. This is definitely the toughest day I've had yet. So I can't wait to get in there and just go to bed. And that's it for now. Up on top of this mountain still, I came across the memorial. It's for Audie Leon Murphy. I hope you can read this. I'll be down in that valley in about an hour, and then I'll still have about 1.5 miles to go once I get down in the valley. So, man, I'm just really tired today. This is the hardest day by far. This is the hardest day I've had. I'll still get there before dark, so all is good. It's just really been a hard day. First time I've seen these. They're coming out of grass, but they have these big, huge, I guess they're seed pods. Not sure what they are. Never seen that before until now. Oh, I didn't care until I stood there and watched you. Okay. Okay, update. 22.7 miles complete. Now I just have to do 0.3 side trail down there to the shelter for a total of 23 miles today. And I'm super beat, but I made it. So I know I can do it again. I'd rather not though, but it was a hard day, but I did it. Now probably another 18 or 19 at least tomorrow. We'll see how good I feel. It's May 23rd, just getting out of camp, 7:15. It was really warm last night. I just slept on my air mattress most of the night. And then at some point in the night, I got cold enough to put on my sleeping bag over the top of me, but very warm the last couple days. For putting in so many miles yesterday, I feel fine today. So I think I'll be able to do what I want to do today. It's 17.7 miles of trail, but then I have a mile detour to go to the grocery store. And then there's a couple other side trails for views I want to see today. So I'm sure it'll be another 19 or 20 mile day if you add it all up. And it rained a little this morning, so I'm hoping the weather cooperates with me when I get to my views. Other than that, we'll see. I mean, it should be a good day. First view of the day after my first 500-foot climb. So it's 9 o'clock and it's starting to rain. I actually had a cell phone signal, so I checked the radar, and now it's supposed to rain all day and all night with 2 to 3 inches of rain. I don't know where that came from. I mean, yesterday it was just showers, but now it's going to be an all-day thing. So that sucks. I just hope I can still see good enough views here, or my day might be kind of wrecked. We'll just see how far I can get. I don't like walking in the rain, but it does make for some pretty cool pictures. I'm headed up this really steep outcropping on my way to the Dragon's Tooth, famous rock everybody talks about. So I hope it's exciting because this is hard climbing up here, especially in the rain. On a positive note, I just ran into somebody and they're getting a shuttle ride in a couple hours. And I'm going to join them because I really don't want to get rained on all day. And I'm going to lose most of my views anyway. So, I got to hike about 2.5 more miles. And then I'm out of here for today. Made it to the Dragon's Tooth. I guess that's the one. Come out here, I get a cool view. I'm having lots of fun climbing down these rocks. In the rain. It's like walking on ice. Hopefully I'll get down there without hurting myself. Still climbing down this cliff. This is pretty dangerous stuff.
Here's the other. Big Baldy's at 2,042 feet. But you can go camping up there at the Cucamonga, and it's like this. You wake up in the morning and you have this kind of view. Only you're at about 9,000 feet. And you're the only one up there, and there's nothing like it.
So I'm in Salem, which is just right next to Roanoke, Virginia. Just checked into the Quality Inn. Made it 8 miles today. And it's about 1 o'clock, so we're just going to spend the rest of the day here. And probably take a 0 tomorrow as well, because it's supposed to keep raining. And just enjoy everything we have in town. Lots of restaurants here. So I got checked into the hotel, I took a shower, then we walked in the rain 1.5 miles. Stopped at Wendy's for lunch and then did our laundry and then walked 1.5 miles back to the hotel. And so now it's like 4:30 and I'm just gonna make my videos and probably get some pizza for dinner or something. But I gotta dry out a little. It's still raining like crazy outside. That's the plan for tonight.